We've got quite a few people moved now.
Yesterday was the majority of it. The ones who are usually on every day.
It's only the first. We've got another 29 days to move people.
Is the old world going down then?
Yeah, it's just too big now. Gotta go.
So it wouldn't matter if I go and pull up the beacon where I placed down at Muffin Meadow then?
You know what you should do, Under?
What?
Install Townie. Nothing like factions. Townie is really good.
Yeah, Townie's good. I like Townie.
I like Townie as well. Because what you can do is you can invite people into your town to come and live with you. And they have to pay taxes and stuff. And they put money into your town. You get like land protection. You can invite people in. Like you can ally towns. So let's say you had a town. If you weren't an admin, you had a town and I had a town. And we were both allies. We could set permissions where you can use stuff in my town. Or break stuff, or you can set all the permissions. It gives the players some good customization about the town and their protection. It costs money to create a town. It, like you know, I could really sort your economy out for
you. Don't know.
You should have a look at it.
Yeah, I've used it before. It's just quite an old plugin, isn't it?
It's what?
Quite old. Not in a bad way, like it's just been around for quite a while, isn't it?
Yeah, it's still I do enjoy it. Like, good. It's good fun to play with because like the nation as well. Like people can create nations, and it can be full of towns and then like let's say all towns must be in the nation, and it'll be your nation. And what the town has to do is the town has to pay a tax. That means the player would have to go out, earn money, or the people who are in the town earn money, put it into the town bank, so the town doesn't get doesn't turn into ruins because they didn't pay the taxes.
What happens after you don't pay your taxes?
You get your town gets disbanded. So what happens is the town protection goes off. So you know, like people who haven't been on the server for fuck knows how long, their town will drop and the money will go to the nation. So let's say they have a shitload ton of money in the town, the money all goes to the nation.
It's actually a really good way for players to come and go.
It's good when you learn the ins and outs.
I can see the let's try and think. The benefit would be if they're an inactive player. I don't know, they have to remove all their shit as well. But the downside is
free for all.
The protection
goes off.
Yeah, so what happens is the protection goes off and their town's vulnerable. But obviously people's not going to steal off each other and stuff anyway, so they don't have to worry about that. But they lose the town protection, you know, all this stuff. You know, you can create permissions. Just do a trial run on this.
Is it even updated for 1.8?
Well, Townie all runs off its own API. That is actually a plugin. So it doesn't really need an update. But the people just create patches. And you just copy the file over. It was good. It was good when I used it on my ticket server.
And the downside of it would be the protection. I was starting to get into
the new
being
one.
Protected.
What's come out is called Townie Advanced. That was the new one. Because these ones they update quite regularly.
It's probably right if people want to type in commands, but I don't know. It just seems like a load of pointless commands for protection when I don't need it.
Oh, I know that, but it's the fun of it. It's working towards things, getting new claim points. Like, for instance, here's the thing. Here's something to give it a good RPG feel. People cannot build in the wilderness unless they have a town. So all they do is they create a town, they claim the point, they claim it, claim the land, like some bits of land. I think it's like 16 blocks by 16 blocks or whatever. Claim the land, which will cost them a little bit of money, which comes out the town bank. They won't be able to build unless it's in their town land. So what will happen is they can not build anywhere else. So you know what will happen? It will stop griefing, like, you know, random chunks. Because I know your world's like 200 and what is it, 24 gigabytes or something? It'll probably cut that down by a fraction. So it'll be about 5 gig. Because people can only build. You know when there's shit plotted all over? That will stop.
Yeah, I think it'll probably stop the players as well. I don't know, it seems like a frustrating thing. If you can't... If I join the server and I haven't got freedom to do anything I want, it feels like you're just limiting someone to not do anything. And it's like, oh fuck it, I don't have permission. Oh fuck it, I don't have permission.
Yeah, but that's
That
when you
sort of
customize it. Send, you know, when fresh spawn people. Fresh spawns, what they'll do, people who are new to the server, they'll go through a tutorial. I wouldn't mind creating the tutorial. I've done it all before. It just took me days to do it. All they do is create a tutorial, and they go through it and that, and they have a little read and have a little play about with the commands, and then they go and then they'll go to the normal spawn. This is all in essentials, by the way. This you can do this with.
Yeah, I'm just thinking in general. I think it's probably something else for a separate. It's a different kind of playing, isn't it? It's more role play. And if you've got an arsehole that's running the town, and I don't know, it's just basically for you to play the game, you have to do certain stuff, so you can't really play it the way you want to play it.
I don't know. I know what you mean. What I'm thinking is it just gives the players a bit more control.
Yeah, over their own town, but
yeah,
I don't reckon it's suitable, to be honest.
I could see it being an issue, especially for people who just want to be loners. There's a lot of people who just want to be hermits.
It's probably right as a role-playing kind of server. I don't know. It'd have to be a towny server, wouldn't it? It'd have to be towny all over.
Or you could just have
have
it on there, but people who want to
played
use
with it before.
Who don't.
I don't know. I'm not that keen on it, to be honest, but I don't know.
Do a poll on the website. Do what people
Yeah,
think.
everybody will say yes, but I don't know. It just seems
I know
like
what you
a
mean,
lot.
because it's the back end side. I've run a server before. I know what the back end side's like. It's harder than you think.
No, I'm just thinking like all the commands and shit like that. But there's so many people that it's just like too much of a staff issue for something.
Yeah, I do have to say, for a staff member having to, as a moderator for a server who had townies, it was a lot of hassle, especially when a problem came up. You'd have to stop and do what you're doing and go and try and fix it. And if you can't fix it, you just get yelled at to go here, to go there, and it's really unnecessary.
It just seems like you're limiting people. They can do all that anyway without being worried about being griefed. And then as soon as protection goes onto it, you got the issue of, oh, because it's not protected, it means I can take it. But if there's no protection at all, it means they know that they can't take it. So you got that point. Then you got the point where everything's command based, and there's going to be loads of dumb people that don't know the simplest of commands. No one knows how to, well, probably about 70% of the server don't know how to read a sign. But they're not going to read a sign. So it's going to be the staff constantly telling them what to do.
Well,
and then them getting frustrated because they can't build in an area because they don't know a certain command. And
well, that's the thing. When they first join, when you said you create that tutorial thing, we've got command blocks now. I tried doing this in Tekkit and it wouldn't work because this was Tekkit Classic and they didn't have command blocks in. Command blocks, you use perimeters and things like that to look if a person's typed a command, they've used it and activated and it's worked. You know, like a little interactive game within a game. I've been on a servers that's done that. Had a big massive tutorial. You go through it and that, and it's interactive as well. And I kept playing it. I thought it was dead good.
I don't know. I'll get pissed off with the tutorial things.
Yeah.
I'm like,
How many people do you know like do the tutorial and are like, do you know what? Skip the tutorial.
when I do it, I'll try and miss out all the signs and try and get past without reading anything. Just to get past into the fucking server and play the game. I can see what you mean, Keith. I can see the fun part if you're
It just depends on the player.
It's having
Depends
the
if the
fun.
player, whether he just wants to jump straight into it, or they want to have a little bit of fun with. Just gives all I was thinking was it just gives the players a little bit of control over the land, over who lives with them, who doesn't. You know.
It's basically factions without the fighting. And
this was the big point. You know, as everybody's claiming land, signs. When you with Townie, when you walk into their land, it comes up and it says "Welcome to Summit Town." So you know,
yes.
you know that place been claimed.
It's the same with like residents and grief prevention and shit like that. But yeah, that's the biggest downside because I don't want it where everything's locked out to everybody. I think I don't know. If it's people have got the image where if it's not protected, they can take it, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So if that goes on, they have to put all the chest protection on. And then players sharing builds. You got all that, and I don't know. It's just a lot more work for and stress, ain't it? I don't know.
Yeah. How many plugins have you got installed actually?
I know. 34.
Fucking hell. No, really.
They're just basic ones. There's nothing really fancy in it.
I was gonna say I had all that, like what I've been talking to there. I think I had about 8.
Right.
I had Essentials, Group Manager. Group Manager and Essentials is 2 that work. Both exactly. I like each other. They're both Essentials. They work brilliant together. So does Townie. Townie's part of. Townie's been took over by Essentials. So you have your normal Essentials. So you have like your core, your chat, your XAMP, which is database files, the XAMP, your spawn file, Group Manager, and your Group Bridge. And yeah, I had iConomy, but iConomy's outdated now. iConomy was one of the best ones I ever used because the compatibility was amazing. And I had Townie. And I think I had a couple of others. MCMMO. And they
Yeah,
worked
so I
fabulous together.
The MC MMO would be next, but there's going to be a lot of tweaking with it before it goes on.
I was going to say, if you need any help with that, honestly, I know it like the fucking back of my hand. Because there's a lot of things what you can do with it, which I find a downside, but there's a lot of configuration involved. All it is the config file. On the plugin, you know when you require diamond weapon, have to level up your weapon. So you have to start off at the wood, iron, wood, stone, iron, gold, diamond. You have to basically level it up. It is kind of fun, but it just depends on the players.
Yeah, I think there's loads